believe that self-driving cars will change our world for the better. We're starting by getting dangerous, polluting, out-of-date vehicles off the road. And motorcycles are first.
The Act restricts operating hours for all motorcycles and ATVs and provides for a complete and permanent ban on ownership and operation of those vehicles 1 year from today.
If nothing changes, your motorcycles and mine will be illegal to ride, to own, to buy, or to sell next year.
Europe and much of Asia took these steps over the past several years, and now the Supreme Court has cleared the way for the U.S. to follow.
Honestly, I don't see people taking it. What's next? If they make this happen, what's the next thing? I don't think it's going to go so easy. There's going to be trouble.
Can't believe there's not blood in the streets already.
Police department, search warrant!
Private ownership of vehicles is one of our basic freedoms, and this takes it away. Absolutely. I think the key word here is control. They want to control the movement. They want to control where you go, why you go, and when you go. There's some real serious moral questions that come with this. I just don't think these guys have thought through. The problem with true believers is they never think of the evil aspect of anything.
The grid AVN couldn't care less about old motorcycles. We're filling in a spreadsheet.
We need to do something. Something that they can't ignore.
There it is, the trailer for our three-part dramatic series, The Last Motorcycle on Earth. I'm Eric Risto, the writer, director, and cinematographer.
Hi there, I'm Neil Olson. I play the central character of this film. I'm also a co-producer.
And I'm Geneva Risto, co-producer, editor, and actor in the series.
This show is intended to be entertaining. It's a fictionalized, dramatized story about several riders and how they deal with a ban on motorcycles and a ban on gasoline as autonomous vehicles and self-driving cars take over our transportation system.
The idea for this series came from an absolute avalanche of news stories about self-driving cars and this autonomous future that some people think we really should be living in.
A really exciting next step on our journey to safely deploy self-driving cars in 2019.
Self-driving cars are no longer a thing of the future.
A look into our future in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as Uber rolls out self-driving cars for its customers.
This is all moving an awful lot quicker than anybody really thought.
This really ends up being the story of a culture war. Our characters grapple with new technology and how they feel it's pushing against their freedom as individuals.
What can we do to make a place in this new world for vintage cars, motorcycles? How are we going to get along?
How do we protect the history and legacy of petroleum-powered transportation culture as vehicles go electric and autonomous in the coming years?
So we wanted to think about what that transition might look like and what would happen if people pushed back and people weren't ready to give up things that they love, such as their motorcycles or their vintage vehicles, and not wanting to cede the roadway to autonomous vehicles.
Unlike many campaigns, our project is actually underway. We've shot hour number 1 and parts of 2 and 3 on a shoestring budget with a tiny crew. But now we need your help to finish.
Things that our team can't do itself cost big money. Visual effects, music, sound mixing, the list goes on. We've put our guts into making a show that creates a compelling what-if scenario of what the future could look like, one that most of us want to avoid. We hope you'll want to get involved and bring The Last Motorcycle on Earth across the finish line. Thank you.
Thank you for your support. We do appreciate it.